So Gacharic Spin have a new song out called Kachi Kachi Yama, and I was really excited to see this. And then I was also really excited to see them reach out to the online community and ask to see videos. Except specifically one type of video. Reaction videos. Now, as you may be aware, I haven't done reaction videos for a very long time, instead deciding to steer myself more towards considered reviews produced after multiple listens to the song, but I am still aware that certain other degenerates have thousands of subscribers on their channel, whilst I have a paltry sum by comparison, admittedly much better subscribers, and yet nowhere near as many. So I thought I would take this opportunity to make 3 coffees, which is what I think it'll probably require for me to get through a first listen to a new Gacharic Spin song, and allow you to watch my facial gyrations as I see the song for the first time, for your viewing consideration, appreciation, and assumedly entertainment. And by the way, Gacharic Spin, if this is a very clever way of getting everyone on board for copyright blocks, then touche. This is genuinely actually me doing a proper first reaction. And I haven't done one of these in a very long time, and I'm just aware that when I hear songs for the first time, I tend to just focus and analyze them. So really, I'm not going to overact or anything. So you're probably just going to... This is probably going to be really boring to watch, but Gacharic Spin, you wanted it. Here we go. I will say though, because I am going to give a proper review, and I've really enjoyed Gacharic Spin of recent, but we don't kiss ass on this channel, we're always honest, proper review coming up, but I'll be honest, the last song that came out really got stuck in my head and is still with me, and I have been excited to hear a new song from them, so this is kind of like something that I've been looking forward to, even though I wasn't expecting to be sharing my face with you guys at the same time. So let's jump in on this. This is Kachi Kachi Yama by Gacharic Spin. Ready? Me neither. Of course, why not? I'm not going to pause this too much, hopefully.
こちらカチカチ山在住カチカチ頭上司のたぬきさんその思考終わったコンテンツ脳みそ柔軟体操したら不況ワオ流れちゃってるよワオいつの時代だって変わらねえんだあの人のことねってあなたいやいやあんたのことですよ
Alright, before it gets into kicking off, I will just quickly say, yeah, I know I'm already pausing it. I will just quickly say I'm a big fan of, when bands do sort of good, catchy sort of hip-hop, but also when they rap in a way that sounds like they're kind of talking. You can kind of feel there's a bit of personality. It's not just, hey, I'm really good at rhythm. There's a bit of personality. So I love that they're taking advantage of the Gacharic Spin personality side of things really well, and also taking advantage of the obvious inherent funk within the band. You're already skipping over to the bit where you see me listening to the music again, aren't you? You're looking at this. You can see the video in the corner and you're like, oh, this is the bit where he's just talking. You're not even hearing me say this because you've already skipped over it. I get audience retention figures. I can see it. It hurts my feelings. Let's go! I love that it's bright and it's colourful. Yeah! You need a good chorus to pay it off, and the fact that we can hear the big held notes, the big sing-along chorus, it pays off all that mania in between. Oreo for the win. I'm loving that keyboard sound though. Woo-woo! Those nice little touches. Not too much, just right. That's so Europop. Okay, yeah, I'm going to pause it quickly. Sorry. Look, I love the fact they got the changes. I love the fact that right off the back of the chorus, you've got that nice little breakdown into a very Europop bit. Yeah, I get it, but it's interesting. Again, it adds more colour because they're keeping it nice and steady during the verses. They're not adding. I know you're skipping over this. I'm going to do it anyway. They're not adding too much. Like when you get those bands who they are very good musicians, but it's not cohesive. It's like everyone's showing off all the time. And some bands who even think, oh, that's what being in a crazy band is. It's just everyone playing max all the time. The image is there, the craziness is there in the image and all of that. But when you listen to the musicianship, it's nice touches. It's not excessive. There's lots of ideas, but they're not overloading the mix to the point where it sounds messy. And that's what makes this so easy to bob your head along to. They can deliver the craziness visually, but musically it's actually just very cohesive. I like that. The funk is there, and it's allowing room again for the personality to come across in more mature ways, like the delivery of the lyrics. The vocal delivery is lovely. I like that she's changing up the rhythm slightly, but it's so much of it is in the personality of how she's delivering it. And again, it's being brought round by a brilliant chorus that pays it all off. And now this is the bit you've just finished skipping and you're about to follow the rest of the song with me. Let's go. Why is this one stronger? That's a good chorus. They've got better at choruses recently. I think they have. And it's that benefit of having multiple vocalists. Again.
鬼がいたからこそ一寸法師強くなって力太郎を愛する人とマッチング桃太郎は一生もんのマップガチできたよね鬼は桃はどっち
Love it
今この時代に議論してみアンチ桃太郎降臨噂まみれどれが本当桃太郎暴行事件本当は鬼が被害者だった鬼が生活も
Oh, that was a nice little breakdown there. SNSSOS. Nice, nice.
思い返せば私が悪かったとこもあったよなその存在がその経験が自分を成長させる宝箱カチカチ山の
I know it's the build up, so I'm just going to stop it during the build up. I know, I've paused it again. I can see why they were soliciting reactions for this one now. That little hip-hop breakdown there, again, I like how it went very different, very minimalist, old school, very much digital sounds, and I also like the fact that occasionally, when the beat dropped out, it was in that way to make you feel like everything was going crazy, but then they picked it up at the right point. Just, they kept the rhythm whilst also, it was consistent. You get what I mean. They sort of threw you off and then picked you back up at the right point. This is the problem when you don't have time to consider your review. You just talk shit. Anyway. I liked that, and then it's like the one thing that was missing, a bit where it went chill. And here it is, and they're using it perfectly by the look of it with like a minute left. They're using it to build us up to the last chorus. Let's hope the battery doesn't run out on my camera. Welcome back, everyone who skipped! Oh shit. Yeah, that chorus is running again to me now. I like it. Shit, I like it.
こちらカチカチ山在中
Onigiri. I'll have it, thank you. In a way, because I'm going to say this before I get onto the review. I'm just going to say this. Look, I know full well that like Gacharic Spin, they're going to have a bunch of reactions, and mine is not the reaction they're going to pick to share. I know that. So in a way, I was kind of hoping that it would be a bad song so I could slightly shit on it and maintain my reputation of being honest. I really like it, though. I really like that. That is the best Gacharic Spin song I've heard in a long time. I'm even going to posit that might be the best Gacharic Spin song I've heard, full stop. And yeah, I haven't heard every single Gacharic Spin song. Definitely heard all the singles. I've listened through to at least 3 albums. So, hey, pros, let me know. What percentage does that make up? Not much, I imagine. I really liked that on multiple levels, and it's going to be hard to construct a review because I've already fucking made half my points, so I'm going to try not to repeat myself, but also make a cohesive review. Review time! You know what, usually I spend time when I'm editing them, I put like nice little visuals on. I'm just going to leave that there. You look at that, that's the picture you get. That's also the picture I get. Anyway, I mean, first things first, let's just talk about the overall impact. The overall impact, it has to be said, I think, whether you be the sort of person who wants to enjoy Gacharic Spin for being crazy, or whether you like sort of oddball bands or anything like that, this has the exact same quality that that last single had of just being incredibly infectious. It's the sort of thing where if you play this to a total music normie, someone who's not big into it, like music and isn't into looking for like really out there bands and stuff, they could just enjoy this for just being sheer catchiness. And the craziness is there, but again, like I said, it's craziness mixed with an element of maturity. It doesn't go to the point of being, sort of inaccessible. As I was saying earlier, you get some of these bands where they try to be clever, and that's all well and good, but sometimes it can get to the point where they're like being, we're so crazy, to the point where actually people go, yeah, it's like, it's you're doing it at the expense of music. Gacharic Spin are finding that perfect balance between doing the crazy sort of breakdowns, having the changes of style, having the sort of mad over personality rap, and yet at the same time making it something that's very easy, very accessible to listen to because of the fact that musicality is there underneath it all. I am going to change that picture. Let's just find a random picture. Let's find a picture where they don't look crazy. I don't think we can do it. Title card. That should be better. Okay, so, yeah, musicianship. Well, there's a couple of layers even to that. I mean, first of all, as I said, I love the fact that musicianship was so mature. I like the fact that, it was doing the crazy things, but in that way, like, when you hear a good jazz band, it's knowing... Being a great musician is about knowing when to have restraint as much as when to push forwards, because if everyone's pushing forwards all the time, it just sounds like a mess. I like the fact that, as I said, that keyboard had the nice little bits where it moved up and then just sort of moved back into the background the rest of the time. The arrangement sounded full, but each instrument was picking its little moment to sort of shine. The bass line was extremely engaging, but did you notice that the bass line, it was extremely engaging, but you could also let it melt into the background. Same with the drum line, loads of cool fills and things going on there. The guitar, it was just... Everything about it, there was those little moments of brilliance that gave it that sense of depth and nuance, but it wasn't, no musician was too much. It was all working together as a group. And talking of working together as a group, the vocals, again, I love the fact you've got multiple members and they're using that. I really love when you have groups who have multiple singers, even if a couple just like to add the occasional line here and there, hearing them all getting their little vocal bits sort of interspersed together, lost my words there, was really cool. Yeah, it was just a song that sounded alive, but at the same time knowingly, maybe I don't want to say restrained, but knowingly well balanced. Yeah, so I really felt that sort of mixture of craziness and maturity was beautifully there. But if we're going to mention how well the song really got the most out of the band, we also need to talk about how the video did the same thing. I mean, to be honest, it was nice and fast cutting, and there wasn't a huge amount more than them just playing in the video, just performing their song. And that's the thing, when you have a band who have six very distinct members, who did I miss out? Guess in the comments. See, that's just a YouTubery thing. I mean, I didn't miss out one of them, I just got the number wrong, but you can write in the comments and yay. Social media. I ruined it now, didn't I? But yes, when you're looking at a group who has 6 very interesting and distinct members who all have a different look, and then you sort of show that visually by having them all wear sort of crazy, colourful clothes, which again suits their personality and their history as a band, then just having them perform sometimes is enough. You got the little bits with the businessman, the salaryman doing his thing, but overall it was their engagement with just the music, them bouncing around, having fun, singing, acting up, that's enough for a video if you have a director who knows to focus on that, cut the scenes well, put them together in a colourful way, really sort of make it pop visually, but really just allow the band to be the stars of their own video. Absolutely loved that. So in conclusion, yes, look, I always say, I'm always honest on this channel, and I've been honest before. I've talked about where there's been Gacharic Spin songs that I wasn't such a fan of before. There's been moments where I've just said, this is like such a great band, and moments where I've been like, I don't know about that. This song is genuinely, like, this is the best Gacharic song spin I remember in a very long time. It just was everything that I want from them. It was crazy in a fun way. It did mix genres. It did make the most of every member. It did pull it all together with a catchy chorus. It did have a bridge that took you on a journey and made that final payoff worth it. It did have a video that was colourful and brought the most out of the band and made a visual representation of the music you were hearing that was in itself an enjoyable partner to the whole thing. It just worked as a complete product, and I can genuinely say this is a song that I can imagine repeat listening to just on its own, because it really is infectiously fun. I mean, in its simplest terms, to break down everything I've said about 5 times already in this video, really, if you want to do this kind of music, what you need is a killer chorus, and then which basically allows you to go a little bit more crazy in between the choruses, and you need the ability to go crazy in a way that shows that you are great, incredibly fun, interesting musicians, but at the same time you know how to hold down a song and an arrangement, and that's what they've done. Yeah, I really like this. I really like this, and I'm annoyed that I like this because I wanted to kind of I wanted to be the only person who responded to this request for reaction videos with a aha. But instead it's more of a aha. I need more. Anyway, get in the comments, tell me what you think, blah blah blah, YouTuber stuff, subscribe. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for my next one of these, for now, I did hit myself in the face. Ciao ciao.